Here we have the outside of the Dinosaur Resource Center. You will remember from a video about a year and a half ago, I've been here. It's a little cooler here in April at 8,400 feet or so, but I do love these models. That is a Styracosaurus, and that I would assume is a very small Tyrannosaurus or Tyrannosauroid, if you will. It's not a nano-tyrannus. Oh, maybe it is, I don't know. I just like this. Do not touch the dinosaur. And if you know me, that's more difficult than it should be. Welcome back, my fellow agents. It is I, X7, on location in the Springs of Colorado. And today I went up to Woodland Park to return to the Dinosaur Resource Center. They didn't quite get as much money as they did last time, but we'll go through it. There's lots of video, so I hope you enjoy. And it was fun. It was different than the first one, which was almost 600 episodes ago. I'll put a link at the end. You can click on it if you want to see the difference, and also how much I've improved my videos. And granted, it's not a lot. Anyway, please like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about this place. Have you been there? Let me know in the comments. And if you could, just watch a little longer than usual. I'd really appreciate it. And are you ready? There's the logo. You'll see that. Now, on with the show. It was a 2-hour drive up to Woodland Park, and that's at 8,400 feet, more or less, at altitude. And it was a brisk wind, and I really wished I'd had shoes on. But here's the outside, as you saw in the video. There it is, the Dinosaur Resource Center, a new species of museum. As we mentioned in that first one, this is not truly a museum. It is a for-profit enterprise. And, they do a good job here. So we're just going to go through, this is all the same. They have really nice people there, incredibly nice. And it would be fun to work in a place like this, I think, in my dotage. But not up there. It's too damn cold. And so we have this. Now, that is Sir Richard Owen, who coined the term dinosaur. And this is what he thought they were like. Doesn't he look like the first Doctor? Tell me that's not the first Doctor. So, Bambi Raptor Feinbergi, and that's a it's a Ceratops. And Chompy. So, some of the videos are a little out of order due to the uploading of them from here to there. So, okay, we have a video here now. This is a Displetosaurus torosus right here. And this is a new one from last year, from when I was here. This is Valerie. So, named after, of course, Valerie Brown from Josie and the Pussycats, I have no doubt. There's a poor Triceratops or some kind of Ceratops getting chomped on. We'll see more video of that shortly. So here are some frontal views of Dappy, I don't know if that's his name, and Valerie. And, oops, come on. There you go. And we've got to a pterosaur of some kind. It's full of great pictures. And there's our T-Rex right there, just being wonderful, as always. They say arguably the most popular dinosaur in the world. I don't even think that's a thing you can say. There's the anatomy, minus feathers. And now we're at an Albertosaurus. That's the Canadian one. I'm going to try not to do it the same thing I did last year, but let's watch the T-Rex video I shot. Oops. Well, since I've got it going, look at that. That's gigantic. We've seen these before, but so that's a Displetosaurus. There's a Bambi. Oh, Bambi raptors down here going rough. Please do not touch. Lots of them jumping around. And I don't remember. That's who that is. Ava. Being chomped on. Chompy chompy. And there is the Albertosaurus again. And we'll follow up with there's what you know about the restoration. So there's a beautiful life, so full size, I would assume. And lots of violence here. What did dinosaurs eat, and how can we tell? You know, those are called coprolites. So you can touch it. There's lots of fossils you can actually touch. And this is a rather dated Ornithischian and Saurischian way to do it. Now it's a little, they've changed it since then, but lots of good information. Hands-on exhibit, male or female. Look at all of those, thousands of dinosaurs. Now, sometimes they get there. Welcome to the Savage Seas. And we now have another video. This was brand new. This is the show, what it's showing. Dino Nerds. 20 minutes. So, another Mosasaurus, I would assume. It's gigantic. Western interior. See, look. We are there. Where are my... Holy crap, I can't get all of it now. Where is my... It is a Mosasaurus. Tylosaurus. It's small. Rulers of the seas. Sure, okay, yeah. And there's the... Oh, that's a tiger shark, and this is, of course, a Carcharodon, Megalodon. I think my brother, my sainted brother Eric, would probably enjoy that, in a cast of that out in his house. I don't know if his sainted wife would, but he might. He knows more about sharks than I ever could. There is the Manitoba pliosaur, no scientific name yet. Another Canadian prehistoric animal. There's my girl, but there are no plesiosaurs here. Now, a pliosaur is a plesiosaur, but the new ruler, maybe. But yeah, there were some nifty pliosaur, elasmosaur stuffed toys, but I did not buy one. And there is a Smilodon, which proves one thing about cats now, doesn't it? And just to prove that all cats want to get on top of things, I'm relatively sure that's a Smilodon. And this looks very magical to me. Wouldn't you say, Rebecca? And there's more skeletons all over. And I still see no plesiosaurs. I see pliosaurs everywhere. But see that is. They say masters of the deep, but they were shoal swimmers, like it says right there. Elasmosaurus, my beloved Elasmosaurus. Not one here. Maybe next time I visit. And there's a lot of fish, but I don't know what's in here. Please do not touch. Lots of those. I think a lot of people are touching spineless monsters from Kansas. The jokes just write themselves here. But there he is again. So this is, well, I don't know. I'm going to find out if this is new. Maybe there's a sea monster book here. This is a Megacephalosaurus, which means giant head lizard. Not quite a pachy, but You'll see they have lots of them. These, whatever you want to call them, and lots of turtles. Oh boy, we skipped right to that. So that didn't take too long, now did it? Well, look what we have here. King Kong, 1933. Now, yeah, I'm going to do it because Godzilla, King of the Monsters, 1956, starring Barry Mason. Godzilla, yes, 1954 is correct. But that's, yeah, one of my other favorites. Giant Behemoth, Lost World. There is Godzilla, King of the Monsters. I'll get pictures too. See, it still gives saying it, leaving out all of the help that the United States, the U.S. version made. There is the Ray Harryhausen's Beast from 20,000 Fathoms. I don't know what he's jibber jabbering about. Oh, look over here. Land Unknown. I'm sure no one. Ugh. Reptilicus. We'll be talking about Reptilicus again soon. Gorgo. All these I've gonna have to go to part 2 here. It's gonna be a while before I review King Dinosaur, but obviously Valley. What a great poster. Rodan. Journey to the center of the earth with more lizards and no dinosaurs at all. They're supposed to be dimetrodons, which are of course synapsids. And we've reviewed this one. I have not got to the land that time forgot yet. Ever see a Tyrannosaurus swimming that much? And a manta ray that zaps things and a giant octopus that's not in the movie? Dinosaur Girls. Dinosaur Valley Girls, that's from Don Glut. Personal friend of mine. There's more Lost World. Dinosaurus, Fantasia. We reviewed most of these. Well, I'm not going to be reviewing that one. Where is 1 million years BC? Another Lost World, looking very similar. Wait, that's the, yes. And then Baby, which I will review. I nearly forgot this picture of the animal world, showing the best part of the animal world, which was the dinosaurs. And there you have it. So we're going to go right to our intermission and a word from our sponsor. You are watching Xenorama, the podcast of heroes and monsters on KXNO, part of the Xenorama Broadcasting Network. We now return you to our regularly scheduled program. Always have to show the ankylosaur when we can. Not that there's a lot of them in here at this point in time. There could be in the future. Maybe when I come back in a year or so. We'll find out. Oops, that did not work. There we go. And look who it is. Oh, and you know, whenever we see this, you know it's about to happen, right? Everyone does know, because that is a Packy. Yeah, so make sure that was the only one. And let's go. Isaac, would you take over, please?
But I can. Pachycephalosaurus charge! He moved!
Also, spoiler alert, there was no sea monster book there, or book about plesiosaurs. It's a sea dragons, although I do have a couple of them. Anyway, there is, I love the artwork here by Todd Marshall. It's just lovely. There's some, I think it's Louis Ray. I've seen his stuff in other places. Name that. We're getting into the kids' corner here, and we're working our way around. Those are Paraclidosaurus davidi. That is an Australian amphibian. So there you go, Frog. You get a shout out here. And there, I mean, I'd rather have a dinosaur with my name in it, if I were to have one. And there's another frog, bizarre mammal, and right next to it is a giant turtle, Bezel Bufo. So there you go, Frog. You get 2 of them. And do not touch the exhibits, unless they say you can, right there. Rex tibia or shin bone. Note the hollow structure, because birds are dinosaurs. And there is another, I think that's Mahajungasuchus. No, that's a crocodile. And Mahajungasaurus, which is a dinosaur. And there are some dinosaur eggs, not the giant ones that you see in movies and shows. And a pteranodon. So we are into this wing here, Struthiomimus altus, which also mentions Gallimimus and Ornithomimus. They all seem like they might be in the same the same thing, but maybe they're not. There he is. He's right next to what they call a Torosaurus, I believe. We all know it's a Triceratops, but right next to it is something that I shot a video for because I was wrong last time. The Nanotyrannus lacensis. So the last time I was here, I poo-pooed this quite a bit, and now I have to say that I apparently was wrong because it's been proven recently. Now, I haven't quite updated this yet, but so maybe that is 15 feet. I'm still not wholly on board, but if it's good enough for Dr. Hone and Izzy, it's good enough for me. So, as of right now, Nanotyrannus is real. I guess. Yeah, just not giving it up. I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong, since it happens so infrequently. That's a Prestosuchus. That's a type of alligator or archosaur, crocodilians. There's many pteranodons here. Turu! And I didn't put a picture of Turu in here. Just what one discovery can mean. Just because I didn't have to. But we do have a video, and we'll get to that momentarily. Oops, boy, that shrank. I don't know how that happened. No, yeah, I do. That is from China there, the hell chicken from hell. And we're getting close to the end because this is about it. I did not shoot it. I did shoot one thing from the gift shop. Whoops, I went the wrong direction. Dig site techniques. Well, let's watch the last one of the last videos. We are wrapping things up here. There's just bones from the sauropods. And as you know, I'm not the biggest fan of them, though I do enjoy it. I mean, they're dinosaurs, so I do love them. The Camarasaurus supremus. Yeah, well, and then we've got the Pteranodon stenbergi and a skull of the Brontosaurus excelsus. Now, they have recently said that this was a valid genus, so, or whatever you call them these days. I'm happy the Brontosaurus is back. I do have the book here on location about my beloved Brontosaurus, which I'll have to review when I read it again. Archaeopteryx and Rhamphorhynchus, both discovered in the same place. Two very different animals, and yet similar. There they are. I think that's a Dimorphodon up there in the middle left. And an Edmontosaurus with a story to tell. And that is a Dakota Raptor. A pretty good sized one, too. Plus these little ones that go rough down here in the back there. And it's another crocodilomorph. There they are. They're going rough all over the place. Champosaurus. Yeah. And this is where you can find Colorado's famous hunting grounds. I have been. They are here now. This one I really want to go to. and then haven't been down here or out Colorado Springs, of course. But then, of course, Morrison is here, and if you go further north, you get into both Utah and Utah's west and northish, and of course Wyoming, which I have been to, and we'll be going to Vernal shortly. Colorado dinosaurs, geologic timescale, because geology rocks. And that is our episode. I hope you've enjoyed this revisit, and we will wrap things up here momentarily. So there's the queen here, next to the king, of course. And over here, we have a slightly different one. Look at that chess piece. It's only $160. All right, my fellow agents. That was quite the adventure, wasn't it? All in all, it was a good day. I got to visit Manitou Springs and just look around. I'm not sure what tomorrow entails, except for we have 4 episodes of Ultraman Mebius to review, and that'll be fun. And until then, my fellow agents, till our next assignment, this is X7 signing off and phasing out. And just remember, it's only a T-Rex. Stay calm. Be seeing you.
A superhero from outer space has arrived. With powers beyond human imagination. The Mebius Infinity Beam. The Mebius Blade. The Mebius Punch. He is Ultraman Mebius and is here to protect our planet from gigantic monsters. And to defeat the deadliest of invaders. Prepare to witness the ultimate showdown. Ultraman Mebius premieres 14th May at 6 p.m. on Sonic.